And it's time to talk tactics thanks to Alpecin. And Rob, let's talk ochre jersey today. How much more do the team with the ochre jersey have to work than the others?
Well, the team leading the race and have the rider who's wearing the ochre jersey, they get the responsibility of leading the race and chasing everything down. It is a pressure moment for the team because there's an expectation that they are going to do all the work, and it's good to get your leader up the front, keep him at the front of the race and out of trouble. You've got to be prepared for any situation. So the ochre jersey also allows your team to get a little bit of leeway from the others, and right at the front they give you a little bit more room to move, but you do have that added pressure. Jay McCarthy won the stage yesterday. He's now in ochre, and now it's Tinkoff Saxo leading the group, doing all of the work. Up until now, when they didn't have ochre, they've been content to sit back and let a team like Orica Green Edge do all the work. So you see the change that an ochre jersey can make to a team, puts the pressure on, and then they go about doing their work.
Yeah, and it changes that whole tactical thing, doesn't it?
It does, indeed. Having that ochre jersey, it's very prestigious, and teams want to keep it as long as possible. And it's a great opportunity also for the teams to get themselves on television, get a bit more coverage for their sponsors wearing the jersey with the whole team at the front. So it's a bit of a branding exercise too. But the most important is, of course, the racing.
Okay, we always talk about seconds in racing, and cycling is a seconds game. Give us a bit of an explanation as to why every second counts.
Well, in this race, we've seen from past editions that every second absolutely counts. Simon Gerrans, he knows better than anybody that this race can be won and lost on a second alone. A couple of years ago, he was in a situation where it went to a countback to decide the overall winner of the race. They were tied on time. So that's why we see the riders battling out these intermediate sprints out on the road, just trying to get 3, 2 and 1 second bonuses. A few years ago, like we're seeing on the screen now, we saw Simon Gerrans sprint his heart out to get 1 single second. Well, it was that single second that won him the race overall. So when you're thinking about ochre, you don't just think about the big moments alone, like climbing the corkscrew or climbing Wollonga. You've got to go out and grab every single second you can get your little hands on, and that makes a big difference come Sunday, downtown Adelaide, when the final winner is presented.
Saw a great preview by yourself coming up, corkscrew. I couldn't not ask you, thanks to Alpecin, what it's like. What sort of tactics do you employ to get up corkscrew? I bet you enjoyed the fact that you were just riding up by yourself rather than being in the race.
It was quite nice to ride up at my own pace and take a little break. Not a noted climber, Tim. I was more accustomed to the flats. That was my thing. So it was nice to just ride up the corkscrew at my own pace and not have to try and follow anybody else and hang on to the coattails of a peloton. But today, it doesn't matter if you're a good climber or a bad climber. Everybody's going to suffer up there, particularly the good climbers, guys going for the general classification. You have got to be able to hang on today over the top of corkscrew, because this sets up the rest of your race. They're not thinking about Wollonga now. It's all about that 2.3 kilometres once they turn out of the Gorge Road. One of the hardest bits, as a lot of the riders have said today, is the turn onto the corkscrew. They're flying down the Gorge Road at 90 kilometres an hour, manoeuvring, trying to position themselves and get into that corner first.